bout, your timekeeper at the bell is Anthony Rushton of Doncaster. Your referee is Mr. Mark Downing of Sheffield. This bout will be scored outside of the ring by David Mulholland. It's time now to meet the boxers. We begin in the blue corner. Wearing blue shorts trimmed with black and pink, he weighed in at 9 stone 2 pounds 5 ounces. His professional record boasts 1 win from 5 contests, originally hailing from Ethiopia, now based in York, Mohammed Wako. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing black and red trunks, he weighed in at 8 stone 11 pounds 14 ounces. He brings to the ring a perfect professional record, 3 wins from 3 contests, hailing from Chorley, Lancashire, Corey Scott! Referee Mark Downing will now give both boxers their final instructions.
Right, you both know the rules. I want a good clean fight. Listen to my instructions and make sure you defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, back to your corners.
This is a super bantamweight bout scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds.
And Mohammed Wako fighting out of York, from Ethiopia. 4 3s in the super bantamweight division. Scott on the red corner, Wako on the blue corner. Nice bright start. Both boys exchanging.
Yeah, it's a good start by Scott. As we know, Lee, we've seen him all through his fights, really, haven't we? Yeah. Aggressive fighter, come forward fighter, so he's all action. So yeah, he's a little bit of a step up for him now tonight. Aggressive Ethiopian kid.
Yeah, Cody in the 4th fight tonight. Mohammed in the 5th. Good action. Referee this, trialist referee Mark Downing from Sheffield. Lovely uppercut there by Scott. Wako turns a big backhand to the head.
Yeah, they're not missing fight in this first round. It's straight into it, both lads. Like to Corey just step up a little bit now and, just get behind the jab, ease yourself into the fight, steady away and just pick it up with the fight with the long. But, it's a bit hard to say with Corey Scott, as we said, he's an aggressive fighter, he's a come forward fighter. All action.
Good high guard there by Wako. Scott marching forward, lifting body and head. Cody from Chorley with Dave Jennings in his corner. Mohammed from York with Sean O'Hagan in his corner. Referee not had anything to do at all yet. Nice, bright start. Whip a good hold there by Wako.
Yeah, both lads letting hands go early on. Not messing about in his first, the opening fight. A nice start to the evening.
Nice busy round this for the fans here in Blackpool. Steve Woods, VIP Promotions. Bolton, sorry. Great solid round. Lads are not having a rest, got to be fit to maintain this pace, Mike.
Yeah, it's a close round, this one, Lee. Don't know how the ref's going to score this one. I'm a bit on the fence with this round myself, but it's quite even so far.
I have to agree with you there.
Both lads having a lot of success and both defending quite well as well, so yeah.
Mohammed walked back to his corner. He's a little bit tired after that first round, an all-action round though. Looking over in the red corner, Scott doesn't look as tired. It was a very busy round. Yep, some replays here. Lovely uppercut and hook there by Wako. And a backhand as well.
Yeah, Wako having a lot of success there. Again, Scott having success of his own, but I'd just like to see, Corey Scott just settle down a little bit this second round. See if he can get back behind his jab. Get a little bit of boxing going.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see more off the jab. We could have a fight in the telephone box there, Mike. We'd like to, obviously Cody's 3-0. Mohammed won 1, lost 4, but it looks like he's come for the win tonight.
Yeah, it's entertaining for the fans, but if you look at it from Corey Scott's point of view, these are learning fights. These early on, these fights early on. It depends how he aims to go forward. If he wants to be in aggressive fights, then this is ideal. If he wants to start, if he wants to go on the learning, let's say the learning phase, to start getting behind his boxing a little bit more.
Yeah, he started off nice and crisp on the jab, and again.
As you saw there, he's got a very good jab, Corey Scott. Sometimes he folds his own work a little bit.
The best shot in boxing is the jab. Both land at the same time. Waco's been stopped once before.
Yeah, it looks like Corey Scott just settled down a little bit now. He's just a half a step off.
We've seen him before, he's an all-action fighter. All his fights have been like this, constant, non-stop. If you're not fit enough to go with him, looks to me like Mohammed is feeling the pressure a little bit.
Quite happy to exchange Waco. He's not letting Corey Scott have it all his own way.
Good work by both lads.
Let's come a little bit closer. You need to be careful, both guys. You don't want cuts early on. Well, any cuts anyway. But early on in the fight, you don't want to get the.
Nice shot there by Scott. Right up gut, followed by the right up. Oh. Nice shot again. Good fight for the fans this. All action. Into the last minute, round 2.
I think Corey Scott's just allowing Waco to have his success, just by leaning in a little bit. He's playing into Waco's hands. Again, he just needs to stay off and just get that jab going.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mike. I think they're off boxing. Started off rightly at the start of the second round with the jab.
Not much power from Waco, but as I said, he has having success. He's landing his shots, which they count. If the referee's looking at it, the one who's doing the more work and landing the better shots, he's obviously going to win the round.
This fight is not judged by the referee. As I said before, it's a trialist referee. He's entered the last 10. Judged by either A-star Steve Gray or Dave Mulholland.
Another good entertaining round, no. I think Scott could have just edged that one. I think, the first round I'd probably give it a drawn round. It was that close. I think Scott just edged that round. I don't know how you feel about that, Lee. Obviously everything's subjective when you look at these fights.
Well, as we said before, Mike, we're just the commentary team. We're not scoring it, but as ex-pros, we like to give our verdict. Yeah, you probably got it right there. And then maybe 2 rounds to Scott. Let's say something away from Waco's making a tough fight. I'd like to see Cody get on the boxing, moving a little bit more, getting a jab going a little more often, and boxing him rather than trying to have a fight. He doesn't seem to avert Waco yet. Waco's up for it, so I suggest the way to beat him is to box.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You can see, Corey Scott is a decent little boxer. He just gets involved a little bit too much for me. Hopefully, third round we can see a little bit more boxing from Scott. Probably that first 2 rounds, a lot of aggression there, letting off a little bit of steam, so, he could settle down this third round now.
Yeah, so it's the third round of 4 in the super bantamweight division. Corey Scott from Chorley against Mohammed Wako of York. Started off again, fireworks.
I don't think Waco's read the script here, has he? You know, he's certainly come to have a go and try and get Scott on the back foot.
Good head movement there by Scott. John O'Hogan shouting instruction. Nice 1-2 down the pipe there by Mr. Wako. Nice job by Scott. Good, well-matched fight. All the matching today done by Steve Lewis. Good shot there by Wako.
Yeah, that was a lovely right hand.
Yes, Scott shrugged it off, but definitely scored. Good right up to body. This is a great learning fight for Cody Scott. What a tough man Wako has turned him as well, comes back, he's having to go himself. Good work. Nice high guard as well by Wako. Hogan saying he doesn't like it inside.
Yeah, I think Waco's had a lot more success in this round. The left hook goes in.
As we enter the last 30 now of round 3. Good scoring there by Wako, followed by the uppercut.
Waco's thrown a lot more punches in this round than previous rounds. He's been quite active.
Shot to the body there by Cody Scott. Into the last 10. Well, end of round 3. Have you got it, Mike?
And, you know, I think I have to give Wako that round. Again, you know, it's just from what I see, Wako was, he seemed to throw a lot more shots. Obviously, Corey Scott had a lot of success himself. I think Wako threw a lot more shots. And again, it depends which way you look at it. So for me, I think I've got a round even and a round drawn. So going into the last round was sort of even anyway. One each and a drawn. How do you see it yourself, Lee?
I've got it 2 to Scott, 1 to Wako. So interesting now. Last round, obviously, as we said earlier, we're only commentators. We're not judging it. So very interesting. Cody Scott's got a little nick under his left eye as well. We seem to have spoke to of Dave Jennings.
Yeah, so obviously the scoring, you know, it's all about what you see in yourself. It's all about what the judges are seeing, the referee's seeing. Everybody looks for something different.
Yeah, boxer choice gloves. Start around 4. There's the jab. And again. He's got a good jab and a good straight backhand, Mike, and he's chose to fight on the inside.
Exactly, yeah, you know, he's a better boxer on the outside than he is on the inside. I'm not saying he doesn't have success on the inside, but you're not putting yourself at risk if you keep it long, keep behind the jab, keep those long shots, and just stepping in and out. You know, these are the lighter weight kids, so they're lively kids. They can get in, they can get out, they can move around the ring.
Yeah, Cody weighed 8 stone 11 today, 14 ounces. Mohammed weighed 9 stone.
I think this is a little bit of a step up for Corey Scott. You know, when we look at what Wako brings, basically. You know, he's had three previous fights, Scott, against some decent opponents, well-experienced opponents. But Waco's actually come, you know, to have a fight and put the pressure on Corey Scott, which makes for an entertaining fight.
Yeah, if you like, he's a new journeyman. In the past, he's fought previous experience, Sean Jackson, Jake Pollard, and Stephen Maguire. Good shot there by Scott.
Certainly not leaving anything in the ring, are they? You know, they're going for it. Both guys want the win.
Going to the last minute. And a great fight all the way through this. 4 exciting rounds. Started off here in Bolton. Steve Wood, Boxing Promotion. One of the Northwest leading small hall managers.
I think Scott just needs to take that half a step back. I think you'll have a little bit more success. Half a step back and look a little bit more for the shots. Pick your shots a little bit better.
I've got Cody Scott winning this last round, Mike.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I've got Scott winning the round.
It's the last 10 now.
The last
How the referee for the outside scores it. All in all, though, a great first bout.
Yeah, fantastic opening round there, all action. You know, hopefully that's the start of plenty more good fights to come.
Yeah. Mohammed Wako just get his drink. Sean O'Hagan.
Yeah,
Doctor's having a look at Cody Scott.
Well, you know, it was a close fight that. Again, like we said, you know, we both agree that we think Scott's won it, but again, you know, we'll wait for the decision.
And that's to take nothing away from Mohammed Wako, who's made a real tough fight. Scott back there, good shots there by Scott. All action, pushing him back, driving him back. Big uppercuts and hooks, barrage of punches there landing.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, I think you'd be pleased with his performance as far as, you know, effort. All winning fights, as you say, it's only his 4th fight.
Okay, just wait for the decision now. CMC.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a great way to start the evening off. First of all, could you please put your hands together for both boxers? After 4 rounds of action, we go to David Mulholland's scorecard. He scores the contest at 40 points to 36 points in favour of your winner. From Chorley, Corey Scott!
Yeah, well, the referee's at 40 to 36. Me and Mike had a little bit closer. It was a tough fight. Mike gave an even round and 1 round to Wako. I gave it 3-1 to Cody Scott, but you know, it was a close fight and it depends who's looking at it and where from. All in all, we had Cody winning. But 40-36 means it's 4 rounds to him, 0 rounds to Wako.
Yeah, as I say, I thought Cody edged it.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.